San Francisco like 6 years ago for stand-up, but I really moved to San Francisco to kind of come out the closet in my own way. You understand? Here's the thing. I'm not gay or anything like that, but San Francisco is a city where you can kind of like be yourself, man. You can be free, man. And growing up in my neighborhood, like it was a trip because I was a social genius, y'all. Like I was very, very fucking smart. My mom used to make me read books a lot. I enjoyed reading and imagination. You know, the problem was though, being smart and reading books wasn't in style when I was growing up in my neighborhood. You know, in the 80s and 90s, being a gangster, that was it. You feel me? So it's like I had to kind of be smart in the closet. And I didn't really realize what I was doing until I moved to San Francisco. And one of my gang homie comedians, he said, "Hey Jabari, my whole life I had to suppress who I was around my friends and family to avoid judgment." And I said, "Damn, homie, that's deep." That's kind of like how I felt growing up smart and black in the hood. Like, do you know how hard it was for me? Suppressing my synonyms? You know, like having a gang of words you just could not use, you know, like. Let me give you guys an example, man. I remember I was 11 years old, I was doing an internship with the Crips at the time, right? I know you're thinking, like, how does one do an internship with the Crips? Well, I was like loading clips and shit, and, like Googling escape routes. You know what I'm saying? That was my thing. And I remember we was running from the local gang because we got into a big fight. We was outnumbered. We was running from these guys, and I sprained my ankle on the way running away. And I went to the park, and one of the homies was like, "Hey, cuz, how's your ankle?" And I really wanted to use the word excruciating to describe my pain. But I knew these motherfuckers wouldn't get it, so I had to set up for it. Man, my shit hella hurting right now. Damn, I want to use excruciating, man. That was my word of the week. I read that shit. I learned that word in reading The Hobbit. That was my word of the week. These motherfuckers want to go to Watts and have a shootout. I just want to go to the Shire and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't on the same page, man. But I remember eventually the cat got off the bag, man. Eventually, one of the homies asked me to hold his gun, and he asked for it back. And when I went to get his gun for him, my report card fell out my backpack. And these motherfuckers saw my report card, and they found out that I was in honors English. And I was like, oh shit, they're gonna kick me out the game. So it's like, wait right here, homie, wait right here. We gotta talk about this shit. So they had a meeting, and instead of, kicking me out, they decided to use my intelligence to better the game. Do you know these motherfuckers made me the official Graffiti editor? I spent my whole gangbanging career walking around putting commas and exclamation marks on death threats. Bringing them back to the scene of the crime like, "Hey, homie, you don't want to have a fragmented death threat up there." So I went ahead and put a preposition in there and sent that shit home. Giving advice to the big homie like, "Hey, big mad dog, you might want to hyphenate your name. Let these motherfuckers know you mad and you a dog." He was like, "What you mean, put the phone number thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, homie, put the phone number thing in."